So we have a tropical local extravaganza this week. A couple of things. So we have a peony in the box. So the peony season in the Bay Area has just started. This one is relatively tight. That's what you want, honestly, when you get your box. So the white peonies, these are from Watsonville, and there's probably like a 4-week window. So you're going to start to see these actually next week. We've got a lot more, but we've got like a really exciting like peony time frame over the next few weeks. We also have a couple of white roses, again from a local grower here, a small piece of bush ivy. We have quite a few pieces of Leucadendron. These are from Castroville, again in the Bay Area. What a cool color tone. And then Hawaiian Heart. So these are from Hawaii. I love them because they've got this tropical fun vibe, a great texture, amazing shape. And so I thought we'd pair it with some great tropical elements. So we have some palm leaves and a monstera leaf too. So a couple of things about this arrangement. I'm using the garden vase mainly because I want to kind of express that this arrangement is really, really versatile. So you can keep it tall and wide, or you can go shorter. I think having a decent amount of height is nice. The first thing you want to do is you want to really focus on building the perimeter of the vase with the greens. So I'm going to pull off a couple of leaves from the side of these and then cut the palm leaves down a little bit. But we're using them to create shape and also a little bit of structure too. So just going to put these in at the back. The monstera leaf is a little bit wider and it has a much more kind of cool, funky shape. Whoops. So one of the things you can do is, depending on how wide your vase is, you could like overlay the palm leaves together and then put the monstera leaf to the front like that. Or you could spread the palm leaves out and like use them to cover kind of either side of the vase and then have the monstera at the front. So then you want to add in the Leucadendron to fill in the holes that we want. So we want to kind of use it to fill in space. So I'm just going to cut these smaller pieces from the bigger piece. But effectively, it's quite nice with the Leucadendron to use them to kind of create height and depth. So you could have like a taller one at the back. Make sure you do strip the leaves to fall below the waterline. It's quite a simple, almost therapeutic process, but you can see that we're just adding them in piece by piece to kind of help us to create a little bit more structure within the inside of the vase. So keep working through, might cut that one down. Like so. Bush ivy honestly is kind of like a small thing, but I kind of felt that it would be nice to have something at the back to kind of introduce a little bit of texture in between the Leucadendron. You can't really see it from the front, but from the back side you can. So it's just nice to use it there to cover in the hole that we have at the back. And then just make sure you can see that it's really nice to be able to see the leaf of the monstera because it's so iconic. So you can just unravel it a little bit like that. So we're going to change the order around. Normally what we do is we add in the focal flowers and then the secondary flowers. But actually the focal flowers, we're going to put these in last because they've got such thin stems. We want to make sure that the perimeter of the vase is really full before we add those. So we're going to add the roses next. So just remove any outer petals that are browning. They're the petals that protect the rose from infection. I think it is nice to remove the leaves from the stems too. Blow into the perimeter, and then we're using these almost similar to the Leucadendron. We're using them as filler flowers to just kind of fill in this space that we have inside. And then Oh, it's nice to blend them down, so you will probably cut quite a decent amount off the stem. And then the same with the peony. And I think with the Anthuriums, obviously you don't really need to do much to these. It is nice, you kind of have to make sure that, because they all face like different directions normally, that you kind of embrace the shape, like the natural lean of those. So you might want to add them in and then have a look at where they're sitting and then maybe move them, rotate them around, depending on what shape they kind of create naturally. But something like that is really, I might see, for instance, I'm going to swap this one here because I think it will go better at the back. Put this one to this side and this one here. And there we have it. A tropical, local, bloomy creation. And the thing that I love about this one is it really holds, so enjoy.